Hey girl, hey! Welcome back to another video in the series of how to make that shmoney as a small creator. If you're new here, I am Taylor. My social channels are Living with the Martins. Shout out to my family. This is a series going over step by step on how to make money as a small creator. If you have not watched the first video, I highly recommend going back. I will link it in this video so that you can start from the first video. Today we're going to get into media kits, which is super simple. I know I hate when people say don't overthink it, but seriously, don't overthink it. There are so many tools that we have and resources that it's going to be easy. Of course, I'm going to give y'all a little bit extra, as I always do. If you want to learn more about my background, I went into detail in the video that I linked above. I'm a mom / family creator, so I work with a variety of brands, from cleaning to baby toddler to preteen to married couples. Your media kit is equivalent to your resume. So when the brands reach out or you reach out to the brands, you're going to want to include your resume so that they know more about you and they can automatically see if you're going to be a perfect fit, because every brand is not a perfect fit. Believe me when I say. There are brands reaching out to me now for newborn items, and I don't have any newborns. My babies are toddlers now, so that's not a great fit. In my media kit, you can see that my babies are not babies. So it's just a way for brands to automatically quickly get to know who you are and see if you're going to be a good fit to work with. Let's get into what you're going to use to create your media kit. Download Canva. Download Canva, download Canva, download Canva. Canva is going to help you in so many ways. It literally has so many media kit templates that you can copy and paste. Like, you don't have to do any work. Just copy and paste, tweak your information in there. It's literally that simple. That's what I did. I'm going to give you guys an example of my media kit. Now, I will say you will need to update your media kit as you grow, because as you grow, the price grows up. Okay? Price went up with that follower count. Price went up with that follower count. So you're going to want to update that media kit. You're also going to want to include like a little blurb about who you are, what your niche is, what your content pillars are. You're not going to use that verbiage, but it's going to be a short blurb so that brands know exactly who they're working with, and it also gives them insight on who your audience is. For me, I'm a mom creator, so a lot of my audience are parents, and brands can easily tell that through my media kit. What you're also going to want to include on your media kit is your pricing, and we'll go through that in detail. Again, don't overthink it. You can start where you're comfortable and then go up if you want, or you can start higher and negotiate down if you want. It's really just what works best for you. And lastly, you're going to want to put metrics, so your analytics. What is your engagement rate? What is your reach? What are your demographics? Brands really, really want to know this. That's super important to them, so please don't leave that part out. I would say that's probably the only part, aside from your name, that really brands like look at. So please do not leave the analytic part out. It's very, 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 very important. And you're also going to want to update that as much as possible as well, so that it stays up to date. An optional item you can put on your media kit is content links. So if you have a digital media kit like I do, you can put content links in your media kit so that brands can click on content that's already live and they can view it. They can view, how it did, how many likes, how many comments, how many shares. That's something really good to kind of put in their hands so that they don't have to ask you for examples. Again, that's optional. Most people don't. I actually have a separate portfolio that is going to be more so presentation style. So that's going to be more so when you're reaching out to brands that, you really want to pitch yourself to and you really want to negotiate a high rate, if you know what I mean. Starting out, a media kit is perfect. You guys, I have been wearing a waist trainer, and not for the reasons you'd think. I mean, I do want to slim down, but I don't think it's going to help me slim down. But I have a very severe case of scoliosis, and waist trainers actually help me keep my spine straight. So it takes away the pain that I feel on a day-to-day basis. But it also prevents me from breathing. So I mean, I can breathe, but I have to stop and take a ooh-sa when I'm talking like this. So let me catch my breath. Okay, so for the blur, you're going to open ChatGPT, say you don't know about it if you want to, because I know you know about ChatGPT. You're going to open ChatGPT. You're going to put in, I am a aspiring content creator. This is the niche that I want to be in. I'm creating a media kit. These are my content pillars. Make me a short blurb, maybe I'll say 4 to 5 sentences that I can put on my media kit. ChatGPT is going to do its thing. You're going to copy paste and put that blurb on your media kit. Then you're going to go to your analytics in Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whichever you want to put on there. I would suggest putting your best analytics on there. So for me, it's going to be Instagram hands down. Instagram hands down. Because TikTok and YouTube, not yet. They don't compare yet. Not yet. I'm waiting on y'all to clock in. But for me, it's Instagram. And so I'm going to put my Instagram analytics. You can find that in your professional dashboard. You should have a creator or professional account. I recommend having a creator account because you'll have a professional dashboard that you can access that gives you analytics. It tells you if you're able to monetize. It tells you trending sounds. So you need to have a creator account. Pull your analytics directly from Instagram. You can find these analytics just by looking up the name. Engagement rate is a little bit tricky. You're going to want to go to your followers and look at the percentage that is on the right-hand side. And I would probably filter it for the last 90 days, but that's going to be your percentage rate for the time being, your engagement rate. And that's super important. Brands really want to see that your reach and your engagement rate is important. Let's talk about rates. Let's talk about rates, baby. Let's talk about you and me. This is where we get our shmoney, okay? If you are a nano creator, which means you have less than 10,000 followers, but you have more than 1,000 followers, I would start somewhere on the lower end. I would start on around 200 for a reel, maybe $99. I like to do 99, 199, things like that. For a post, maybe 59 for a story post. You need to be charging something though. If you want, charge a little bit higher. That, if I was starting out, that is where I would feel comfortable, because they're not just paying you for reach and engagement, they're also paying you to work. Setting up a camera, setting up these cameras and these lights was work, honey. It was work. And then you have to edit the video, and then you have to send the video. It's work. So they need to pay you for your work. Okay? They're not necessarily paying you for, a huge reach yet, but they are paying you for your work, which they can turn around and push your content out from their social media and get reach from their social channels. So don't underestimate yourself if you have a low amount of followers, or you don't feel like you have enough engagement. Whatever the case, you're still working, and you don't work for free. We don't work for free. No. Now, if you're a micro creator and you're getting, let's say, over 1,000 views for your reels, I would say bump that number up. I would say absolutely bump that number up. I started charging $9.99, so 1,000 for reels. My average reach is probably around 6,000 average per reel, which is not a whole lot, but I have multiple reels that have millions of views, and I have those pinned at the top of my page because I want brands to see that. My reach does get up to 1 million, so I have a wide range, if that makes sense. So I went ahead and put the highest number on there. Do I always charge that? No. If I want to work with a brand, I will negotiate down. They'll come in, they'll say, hey, we can pay you $450. I'll say, that's not, that's really lower than my standard rate of, 1,000, but I can go as low as $650, something like that. It gives you wiggle room to negotiate. Okay, so I would say go on the higher end. If you feel confident and comfortable, go on the higher end. Now, some people will put things like address, your phone number, your email address. I think putting your contact information on your media kit is important, because even if you email it to somebody and your contact information is in your email, they may share that media kit internally. And who knows, the person that needs to reach out to you later on down the line, maybe they don't have email. I don't know. It's just important to have your contact information on your media kit so that future brand deals, future partners are able to access your information quickly and easily. Now, the aesthetic of your media kit, it's really easy to find a put together aesthetic on Canva, and that's why I highlight Canva. I have a pro account on Canva, and I would suggest investing in that. You don't have to right off the bat if you don't want to, but if you're really serious about wanting to be a content creator, you're going to be using Canva quite a bit. I've used Canva for templates, I've used it for portfolios, I've used it for websites, and they also have really good font that places like CapCut, Instagram, TikTok, they can't mess with. Canva has some really cute font. So just food for thought. Food for thought. It's giving professional, but make it lazy. Don't put too much thought or effort or overthink this. I promise you, it's not going to be a huge deal, but getting this step out of the way, I promise you, you'll use it when you're talking to brands, and you'll just copy paste, send it, and it won't even be a thought. So please don't think too much into this. This is just another step in getting you closer to working with brands and being more confident in selling yourself and selling your brand. If this information was helpful for you, please subscribe, like. Let's grow this channel together. Next, we are going to talk about, what is next on the agenda? I have this written out, okay? I have it written out for you guys. We're going to talk about how to slide into brands' DMs and emails. I'm going to give out some free templates so that, again, this is lazy girl work. I don't want you to work. I want you to get paid, okay? I want you to get paid. We're going to go over DM pitches. We're going to go over how to save DM pitches so that it's easy. You can really reach out to brands, 5-10 brands a day, because you're going to want to reach out to brands every day. You're not going to want to just sit back and wait for brands to reach out to you. You're going to want to reach out to brands every day so that you can start generating some conversations, and then simultaneously brands will start noticing you and reaching out to you as well. I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any specific questions, put them in the comments below. Let's talk about it. I had to learn a lot on my own, and I don't want that for you. I want this to be a community where you feel safe. I want us to grow together. So let's do so. Okay, until next time, bye.